What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Joshua from Ray's Reviews, and in today's monthly pitch, I will be giving my own pitch to my own version of a street level MCU type universe. That's kind of a weird ass title, but that's not gonna be the final title of the video. So what I'm doing for this month is that in this video I will be giving my own lineup of projects that exist in the same continuity and that exist with Marvel characters. So kind of like what the YouTuber Zach Knight did like a few weeks ago with his own version of the Sony Spider-Man universe, where he made his own version of the Spider Cinematic Universe because Sony has been doing horrible with that. He decided to do it, and I really liked the way that he did it, so that kind of inspired me to do something like that for this month. And for this month, I decided to go with the street level heroes, specifically the heroes that we see in like the Netflix shows. And from my projects, these projects will kind of be the same way as a majority of like the first seasons go. There'll be some changes here and there, but that's pretty much the basis of it. There will be 9 projects in this saga, quote unquote. And yeah, so if you are new to the channel and you don't know what I'm doing, this is my monthly pitch series where every month I upload a pitch video where I just give my own pitch for like a show, a universe, in the case of this video, a movie, anything, any type of thing, or just a rewrite or something. That's what I do every single month, just to give myself something more to do on this channel aside from just doing reviews and trailer reactions. So if you guys are new to the channel, as I said, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you like this video, make sure you like the video and hit the notification bell so you never miss another one of my videos. We're trying to grow this channel, and we're very excited to see what is going to happen next year with all the films that are going to be releasing next year of 2024. But without further ado, let's get into it with our first project being Daredevil. Now, the way that I have the lineup of the projects be, pretty much all the actors who are playing the respective characters from the Netflix shows, they are going to be the same actors. So, Matt Murdock will be played by Charlie Cox. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, our first project is Daredevil. This film will be Matt Murdock's origin story, and we see him as a kid. He gets into his accident that causes him to be blind, and we see his father be killed, and that's something that really weighs heavy with Matt for the rest of his life. In present day, we cut to Matt being a lawyer with his best friend Foggy Nelson. They have their own firm, Nelson and Murdock. Matt makes his own suit when he realizes that he can do something with his new heightened senses, and tries to do some good in Hell's Kitchen. We have a scene with Kingpin, played by Vincent D'Onofrio, as he sends Bullseye to kill Daredevil, as he doesn't like how there's a rogue vigilante out there. The film ends with Daredevil defeating Bullseye, and it's revealed at the end of the film that it's revealed to Matt that Kingpin was the reason that Matt's father was killed, because Matt's father owed Kingpin some money. So that's the first project. All of these projects won't be as descriptive, like some will be more descriptive than others, but I went with like a pretty basic pitch of what I would want to see in each of these projects. The next project we have is Jessica Jones. We see Jessica Jones played by Kristen Ritter, I believe that's her name. We see her as a private investigator, as she has a client that's her best friend named Trish Walker. Throughout the investigation, Jessica learns that Trish has made connections with a man named Kilgrave, aka the Purple Man, who had his own control over Jessica for years, and is the reason why Jessica went down this whole drunken path, because she just wants to forget everything that she did while she was under Kilgrave's control. Jessica learns that Kilgrave has taken over of a man named Luke Cage, and after fighting Luke Cage, she learns that Kilgrave has she learns where Kilgrave is and fights him and ends up killing him. Jessica and Luke get a drink, beginning to form their relationship, and we have a post-credit scene where we see Kingpin reveal that he hired Purple Man to deal with Trish, as she was getting too close to Kingpin's business ventures. So Trish, she was like she's from what I remember from the Jessica Jones show. It's been a while since I've seen it. Trish was like a podcaster or something like that. I might be wrong. Again, I haven't seen the show in a while. So in that aspect, I want to take that where she kind of went into her own form of investigating Wilson Fisk, and he felt like she was getting too close to his own business. So he sends Kilgrave to deal with her in the same way that Kilgrave dealt with Jessica. The third project we have is Luke Cage. This film follows the origin of Luke Cage, as we see his time in prison and how he was experimented on, giving him his indestructible skin. We then cut to 3 years later as Luke is working at a barbershop, and we see later that night that the barbershop is set on fire, killing the owner, Pops. I believe that was like his nickname in the show. Again, if I'm wrong, if you watch the Netflix shows like a lot more than I do, because it's been a while since I've seen all the Netflix shows, just correct me down in the comments about like the proper names and stuff. So Pops gets killed in the fire, and Luke, who saw him as a father figure, is really upset, and he learns that a man named Diamondback, who was a crime lord and weapons dealer, set the place on fire due to Pops owning him some money. Luke then goes on a rampage looking for Diamondback, and with the help of Jessica Jones and Misty Knight, who also makes a cameo in this movie, he finds Diamondback and nearly kills him, but remembers something that Pops told him, which was that having great abilities can benefit a community if you use it wisely. So in the end, Luke doesn't kill Diamondback, and he sends Diamondback to prison. We have a post-credit scene that shows that Kingpin, once again, revealed that it's been revealed that Diamondback was working for Kingpin due to Diamondback being able to give weapons to Kingpin that he could supply all across New York. The fourth film we have is Iron Fist. We see Danny Rand as he arrives in New York. People are confused as to how he is alive, as it was believed that himself and his parents died 8 years ago. It is revealed to us, the audience, that Danny was taken in by the people of Kunlun and was trained to become the immortal Iron Fist. Danny meets Colleen Wing as she's training a karate class, and we see their relationship start to grow. We then have a scene where it's revealed that the real reason why Danny came back to New York is because he's looking for an old friend of his named Davos, who he met in Kunlun, and pretty much is trying to bring back to Kunlun because Davos believes that Danny stole his opportunity to become the Iron Fist. And he vows that he will destroy everything that Danny knows and loves, or whatever was left of what he knew and loved. Colleen and Danny locate Davos, and now named Steel Serpent, and as the two fight each other, Davos nearly kills Colleen, but Danny uses the ability of the Iron Fist to heal her, but inadvertently also giving her some of his power. So now she is also the Iron Fist, which I thought was really cool at the end of Iron Fist Season 2, where Colleen actually got the power of the Iron Fist. That was something I really thought was cool, and I wish that was more explored. So in my version, in my universe, in my street level universe, Colleen is also the Iron Fist. Now we have two Iron Fists. And together, the two of them take down Davos, and they kill Davos, and Danny retakes his family's company. We then have a post-credit scene seeing Maya Lopez arrive in Kingpin's office. Then the fifth project that we have in this universe is The Defenders, where we have a scene where we see Daredevil take down a crime when he runs into Jessica Jones. The two introduce themselves to each other, and Jessica explains that she's looking into Kingpin and how his money is being funded. Daredevil goes with Jessica to meet Luke Cage, and the three agree to deal with Kingpin. We then have a scene where Kingpin explains to Maya Lopez, aka Echo, how people like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist and Danny Rand have all interfered with portions of Kingpin's business. Obviously, Daredevil was kind of taking down crime in Hell's Kitchen, which was a very prominent area that Fisk was working in. Jessica Jones obviously took down Purple Man because Purple Man was dealing with Trish Walker. Luke Cage took down Diamondback, which was one of Kingpin's weapon suppliers, and Danny Rand, he took back his family's business, which Kingpin was looking to try to buy. So he pretty much has kind of beef with all four of them, which I thought was a really good way to kind of understand why he's after the four of them specifically. So he makes so in the past year, though, these four films have happened, and in the past year and a half, all four of them have become a stick in Kingpin's back. So and he pretty much explains to Echo that they must be killed. Like, once they're out of the way, he can go back to the way everything was. We then have a scene where we see Danny at a press conference when it's attacked by Echo and her group, the Tracksuit Mafia. I really love the Tracksuit Mafia from Hawkeye, and I love Echo, so I'm very excited to see the Echo show come out in like a few weeks. So I'm very excited for that. So I thought, okay, might as well add some tracks, add the tracksuits, and add Echo in this project. So Echo and the tracksuits, they attack, and Danny fights Echo, and she flees. Danny and Colleen take one of the tracksuits named Kazi, who in the Hawkeye show was Maya's right-hand man, and the two of them try to get information out of him. We then see Daredevil, Jessica, Luke, and Misty all arrive to where the fight scene happened, and they realize that one of them was taken thanks to Daredevil, and the group track him down to see Danny and Colleen with Kazi. The whole group gets into a fight until they realize that they're all on the same side. Kazi explains that Echo works for Kingpin, and the group realize that they need to stop him before more people are hurt, because each of them have, as I said before, each of them have inadvertently caused themselves to have a connection with Kingpin that puts everyone they know and love in danger. We then have a scene where Kingpin assaults Echo for not completing her mission, and Echo begins to question her loyalty to Kingpin. The group go to Kingpin's home and try to take him out as Echo protects him. Daredevil and Echo fight until Daredevil figures out and reveals to Echo that Kingpin killed Echo's father. This sends Echo on a rampage, so she switches sides, and together the group consisting of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Misty Knight, who gets her arm chopped off due to Echo, Colleen Wing, and Echo herself, the seven of them all working together, well, the six of them now, all working together to take down Kingpin, and Maya almost kills him, but Daredevil convinced her not to, and they sent in with the combined forces that they have of Matt being a lawyer, Jessica being a private investigator, Danny having evidence to testify against Kingpin, and having a live eyewitness with Kazi. They're able to put him away to prison for good. And the group agree that in the end, they'll stay together, they'll work together to defend the city from threats like from Kingpin or any bigger threat that comes their way that could be from Kunlun or any other individual villain that each of them face. The sixth project we have is Daredevil Man Without Fear. We see Matt in a courthouse attempting to defend his client, Frank Castle, and with the help of Jessica Jones, is able to win the trial. We then cut to see Daredevil meet Elektra for the first time as the two sort of begin to blossom a relationship, and the two try to stop Punisher from killing inmates from different prisons, including Kingpin. The two stop Punisher until they run into ninjas, and the trio fight the ninjas, and it ends. And the film pretty much ends with Daredevil sacrificing himself to save Elektra, and he dies in this film. We see Punisher leave, saying that he needs to find the person who killed his family, and Elektra goes out to figure out who those ninjas were and why they were so familiar to her. We then have a post-credit scene of we see Matt Murdock's coffin being taken away. If you're a diehard Marvel nerd and you know if you read the comics, you can kind of already put together where I'm going with this. The seventh project we have in this universe is The Punisher. And we have a flashback of Frank Castle as he sees his family get murdered and he wakes up from the nightmare. We then have a scene where he goes into a bar and kills almost everyone looking for answers, knowing that there's only one person that he's looking for, and he leaves him for last because he wanted to show him what exactly he'll do to him if he doesn't give him the correct answers. Regardless, Castle tortures him and tries to figure out who hired him to kill his family. The man breaks and tells him that he was paid by a guy named Jigsaw. Then the movie goes on to have Frank Castle hunt down Jigsaw, and right before he kills him, he asks why did he send people to kill his family, and Jigsaw pretty much explains that it's because of Frank Castle in one of his old missions, military missions, it's because that it led to Jigsaw's face getting so messed up. So he decided to just get revenge on him by taking the only thing that made him happy, his family. In the end, Punisher kills him and drives back to New York, trying to, in a way, kind of rebuild a life for himself. The eighth project we have is Elektra. This one follows this film follows Elektra's origin as she becomes the deadly assassin, so we learn more about her origins. We see her connection with Snake. In my version of the universe, I'm kind of making it so that Snake is Elektra's father. I can't for the life of me remember if that was a plot point. I can't remember if that was a plot point. Like I said, if you're a fan of the Netflix TV shows and you watch them, and if you have good memories on them, again, drop down in the comments and just let me know if that was actually the case. But if not, then you can just roast me and say that was wrong. And throughout the film, she learns that a man named Razorfist is after her family because of their connections to an organization called the Hand. She fights off Razorfist and kills him, and the film ends with her learning of the connections of the Hand to Iron Fist, specifically Kunlun, and to New York, seeing them as a threat. And we have a post-credit scene of the Hand organization opening a tomb, and we see a hand come out of the tomb, teasing Daredevil's going to come back. And finally, the final project that we have in this universe is The Defenders: Rise of the Hand. The film opens with the Defenders consisting of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Colleen Wing, Misty Knight, who now has her cybernetic arm, and Echo, all working together to take down the Wrecking Crew. We then learn, and we also see that Colleen has been training Misty, and both of them have been learning different fighting moves along with the help of Echo, and along with Danny. Everything changes when a bomb is set off at Danny's building, nearly killing everyone that worked there. The group is confused as to who could have done this until Elektra arrives and explains that it was the Hand that did it. Danny is shocked because he believed that the Hand was just a myth, that it never really existed. There were stories around it. Everyone else is confused as Elektra explains that the Hand is a mystical organization that has existed for over 5,000 years, and their main objective is to live forever. Just then, the group is attacked by someone who looks like Daredevil. The group is shocked and tries to fight back, but Daredevil takes them out with ease. The group retreats, and we have a scene where we see Daredevil have an entire control of the Hand, as he's kind of seen as a prophesized leader of the new Hand. Everyone is confused as to what just happened, and both Danny and Elektra explain that the Hand has a way of bringing people back to life. I don't know what this way is. Again, if you know more about the Hand, just drop it down in the comments. The group then know that they need to figure out a way to stop whatever the Hand is doing, and realize that if the Hand has existed for over 5,000 years and used to be a part of Kunlun, they will need to have Iron Fist power. And that's what their plan is. The Hand's plan is to steal Iron Fist power to pretty much have the entire organization live forever. Elektra, then the final battle happens, and we see Elektra call Punisher, and together the group tracks down Daredevil, and together they the group fights the Hand while Elektra deals with Daredevil, and in the end she gets through Daredevil and Elektra. They come back to the group. The 9 of them all together take down the Hand, and the city is safe once again. And that is my very basic idea pitch for the 9 projects of my own street level universe, of my own street level story. This was something I was very interested in doing because I'd always wanted to do like my own cinematic universe, but I thought that doing something like this was a lot easier. And like I said, this was just a pitch that I wanted to do for a while. And overall, I really pretty much enjoyed what I came up with. If you guys also enjoyed it, let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Joshua from Ray's Reviews, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.